Looking for music that lifts your spirit and fills your heart? Experience the powerful sound of the Tabernacle Choir at Temple Square. Now streaming on all your favorite music platforms. Find the Tabernacle Choir on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Amazon Music, and Pandora. Let the music of the Tabernacle Choir at Temple Square inspire you today and every day. Whether you're at home, in the car, or on the go, enjoy the beauty of their world-renowned sound anytime. The Tabernacle Choir at Temple Square, streaming now.
Welcome to the KSL Real Estate Show. Hear updates on the national and local Utah real estate markets. We cover residential and commercial properties. Plus, get inspiring ideas to make your house a home from our sponsor, Osmond Designs. Here's Heather Osmond and Jeff Caplan on KSL News Radio.
Welcome to the KSL Real Estate Show. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Jeff Caplan. Heather Osmond is here from Osmond Designs. Her stores are in Lehi and Orem.
Yes, they are. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today we're talking about one of the most important investments most families will ever make, and that is their home and the real estate that they own. Every day we're hearing conflicting headlines about interest rates, affordability, inventory, and home values. So today we're bringing in one of Utah's most respected real estate professionals to separate fact from fiction. Joining us today is Craig Whiting with Prime Real Estate Experts. Craig has helped countless Utah families navigate changing markets, and today he's going to help us understand where the opportunities really are. Welcome back,
Thank
Craig.
you for having me on. I always love being here.
You're a regular on the show. You always have incredible content, and there's been a lot of really, really exciting things going on in Utah's market. Tell us a little bit about what you're seeing.
You know, it's interesting what happened this year. It's not what we had anticipated, and it goes back to the Iran war. So none of us had projected that would happen. So when you're looking at the stats in, say, January and February, interest rates were coming down, inventory was coming down. It looked like it might be a robust selling season, like is what is typical here in the state of Utah. But when the Iran war started right around March, it reversed all of that. The oil supply got constrained, in the global market, and it drove gas prices up, energy prices up, and when that happens, it drives inflation up. When inflation goes up, it affects interest rates, and interest rates typically need to go up as well, and that's what happened. So whereas we were in the upper fives to start the year, it then went into the mid-sixes really fast, and what was going to be a robust, hot spring market became somewhat tepid, and not poor, but just it didn't have that energy and resilience like it normally has. Now we're in a situation where inventory is going up, and we've had a few thousand additional net new listings get on the market that we hadn't anticipated. Now, because of that, and a lot of buyers may say, well, if interest rates are higher, this is not an opportunistic market. That actually is not the case. It is opportunistic, and in fact, the increase in interest rates provides more opportunity. Right now, we have way more supply, meaning there's much more choice that buyers have, and sellers are typically more willing to negotiate. And not only sellers being willing to negotiate, builders are willing to negotiate as well and give deals that they've never given in the past.
Okay, so I've seen on the billboards recently on I-15, some builders are offering 1.9% interest rate, 2.9%. So they're buying down that interest rate so that your monthly mortgage is affordable, which is opening up lots of windows and doors for people that normally would not be able to afford a home to get in.
Wait, I have to ask the question, what does buy down mean in this case?
So the general market rate for a 30-year fixed is in the 6% range somewhere. And in order for, I'm just going to say Wall Street, to give a rate that's lower, you got to pay them a lot of money up front for them to agree to that kind of a rate, especially when it's a long-term type of a rate. And so in this case, builders are taking what would otherwise be their builder profit, and they're using quite a bit of that at this point to just hand it over to the lenders and saying, hey, look, we're going to give you a lot of money up front. Give this borrower a lower rate. And so that's what they're doing. They're buying it down up front, and it's not cheap. It's pretty expensive for them to do. They're willing to do that to help buyers get a lower rate.
And oftentimes these sellers are increasing the price of the home, $10,000 or $20,000, so that they can buy down this rate. So they're still making their profit, but they are allowing people that normally would not be able to afford the home the opportunity to do that.
Yeah. In one of the situations builders have encountered, because interest rates went up higher than anticipated during the spring due to the inflationary pressures of the war, they now suddenly have a bunch of spec inventory. In other words, homes that they built that didn't have end buyers already. Suddenly that amount of inventory is beyond what they normally would want. And so in order to sell off their excess inventory, they've got to do things like take some of their profits that they'd otherwise pocket themselves and use that money toward buying down rates to help buyers get into homes.
In Washington, the administration saying, and you laid out the picture of where the economy stands. We're making peace in Iran. Everything's going to go back to normal. Oil prices are coming down, gas even a little bit. So what's happening next in the home market?
That's a great question. It really does depend on the stability of the peace agreement that just got signed and if it will endure. And if it does endure, then there is a solid opportunity for rates to come down. And so we will see that as time goes on this year. But the counterbalancing factor to that is the job market, because the job market has been surprisingly resilient and strong. If the job market remains strong and stronger than anticipated, that means that consumers have more purchasing power, which again leads back to inflationary pressures. So that could, even though rates could come down because the war is resolving, they may not come down fast because of how strong the job market still has been.
So buyers right now really do have a lot of leverage. Even though the prices of homes may be a little bit higher, interest rates are a little bit higher, but you can negotiate.
Yeah.
Because there's not as many people that are in the market, right? So maybe you say $50,000 on a home that normally you'd have multiple offers on.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, yeah, and just as an example of this, I mean, even a home that we put under contract in Provo just a few weeks ago, we ended up negotiating over $20,000 of repairs after we got a price reduction. Went under contract, we got $20,000 of additional repairs and fixes to the home because sellers are in a position where they need to sell. And there's a lot of competing inventory out there.
So are sellers still in a strong position, or how are they rating right now?
Okay, so this depends a lot on marketing and the marketing of your agent, the marketing power of the brokerage you go with. So that is the critical thing right now, because each home has its ability to speak to someone out there. It has its own story, its own character, its own situation. And if the real estate brokerage that is representing you as a seller is capable at explaining that story, marketing it really broadly, having an excellent marketing plan, you can cut through the clutter. So as an example of that, there was a home that we put on the market in Harriman last month at about $800,000, which was where the market value and market analysis came in at. We had a bidding war, 4 offers, 1 weekend, sold it cash to $820,000 above list price. So marketing the home correctly can help a seller cut through the clutter and achieve better than estimated results.
How is Utah performing compared to the rest of the country?
It's actually doing better is what I would say. And it goes back to how robust our economy is and the fact it's still a growing population. And so the two big drivers of market value is population and also jobs. And so if you've got a strong economy with jobs and you've got a growing population, that helps. But I would also say the answer to your question is it also depends. So that's sort of the macroeconomic way to look at it. Like, yes, Utah is resilient compared to other states. But if you drill down to certain neighborhoods are going to outperform and some are going to underperform. And typically right now where you're seeing a lot of building happening, that is a microeconomic issue that is affecting sellers there. And if a builder dumps 50 to 100 properties on the market in a neighborhood, prices are going to go down in that neighborhood because it just won't absorb into the market. So it really depends where you are, where your home is, and whether you're going to be more, resilient to the market or less resilient.
What cities in Utah do you believe are seeing the strongest demand right now?
That's a great question as well. I mean, we're still seeing, lots of sales, lots of transactions happening. Like our brokerage right now is setting records, even though despite some of the challenges in the market, we're outselling any of our prior years. And so I would say a few things. If you are looking for growth and opportunity, Northern Utah County is growing exceptionally fast. Eagle Mountain City just got named the 9th fastest growing city in the nation. So there's opportunity there. But right now there's a lot of supply because of new construction. So there's opportunity for buyers. I would say if you're looking for somewhere that is not going to be affected by whether a builder's putting homes on the market or not, then Salt Lake County, areas where that's been already built up, doesn't have competing building inventory, those areas are going to be more resilient. They're probably going to grow slower long term, but they're also not going to be as price sensitive right now as well. But if you want somewhere that's got long-term, like just potential, and you like to be around everything that's new, then Northern Utah County has a lot of that.
Absolutely. Okay, Utah Valley Parade of Homes is going on right now. There are 10 homes that are over $5 million. And there's one home that, word on the street is it's over $50 million. It is probably the most luxurious parade of homes that Utah Valley has ever seen. Ticket sales are off the charts. Luxury market, how is that looking right now?
It's the luxury market actually is outperforming right now, and I know that just based on some analysis that we've done, some luxury deals that we are working on, that we are closing, and the luxury market actually is performing really well in Utah right now.
Absolutely. If you are in the market to buy a home, to sell a home, Craig, how do people find you?
Just visit craigwhiting.com for my own website, or you can go to primerealestateexperts.com to find my brokerage.
Successful buyers don't wait for the perfect market. They learn how to win in the market that they're given, and having the right team on your side makes all the difference in the world. When we come back, we'll dive into mortgage rates, affordability, and why some buyers are finding opportunities today that didn't exist even a few years ago. You're listening to the KSL Real Estate Show. I'm Heather Osmond, owner of Osmond Designs Furniture and Interior Design Stores, here with Jeff Caplan, KSL. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
New windows aren't just a home upgrade, they're an investment. At Advanced Window Products, we offer the best replacement windows that add value to your home while improving energy efficiency, comfort, and curb appeal. Whether you're planning to stay for years or sell soon, new windows can make a huge difference. Visit advancedwindows.com today and get $2,500 off 10 or more windows. Increase your home's value and performance. Visit advancedwindows.com. Looking for peace and quiet at your home? Advanced Window Products offers replacement windows that don't just keep the weather out, they reduce the noise too. Whether it's traffic, neighbors, or dogs nonstop barking, our energy-efficient windows help create a more serene environment. Start enjoying a quieter home today. Visit advancedwindows.com and get details of our $2,500 off 10 or more windows. Let our experts show you how to block out the noise and bring in the calm.
At my bank, I was literally getting pennies using Wealthfront. Cha-ching! There's this much that I'm getting in interest, and I didn't have to do anything.
Clients like Angela earn up to 4.2% APY on their cash with the Wealthfront cash account. Get started at wealthfront.com. Client was paid $1,000 for their testimonial, creating a conflict of interest. Outcomes vary. 3.3% base APY as of January 30th, 2026 is representative, variable, and earned on funds swept to program banks. 0.65% new client boost for 3 months on up to $150,000. Direct deposit $1,000 a month and fund an investing account for a 0.25% increase. Cash account offered by Wealthfront Brokerage LLC, member FINRA SIPC, not a bank.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities, so do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Hey parents, summer adventures await. With UTA's rider's license, your kids ages 6 to 18 get unlimited rides all summer long. Yup, including tracks, front-runner buses, even UTA On Demand. It's the freedom to explore parks, libraries, lagoons, summer jobs, and more. Rider's license is valid June through August, and still just $49. And it's available right now. Get yours today on the Transit app or at rideuta.com.
We're back with the KSL Real Estate Show, sponsored by Osmond Designs on KSL News Radio.
Welcome to the KSL Real Estate Show. Thanks for listening. I'm Jeff Caplan. Heather Osmond is here from Osmond Designs. Her stores are in Lehigh and Orem.
Yes, they are. And right now we are selling discount tickets to the Utah Valley Parade of Homes. Guess what? It ends today at 9 p.m., but it's not too late. You still have a few more hours that you can get in your car. Go look at the most beautiful homes in all of Utah right now. There are 10 homes over $5 million, and one home, word on the street, is over $50 million. It is lifestyles of the rich and famous. It's Pinterest. It's house in person. So you'll definitely want to go check that out. Today, we are talking to Craig Whiting. He is with Prime Real Estate Experts. How's it going, Craig?
I'm having an awesome day. Thank you.
Thank you for being back on the show with us. He truly is one of the hardest working real estate agents in the entire state of Utah. And Craig, you know, everywhere you turn, someone is talking about interest rates, but rates oftentimes don't tell the entire story. Mortgage rates remain above 6%, but buyer activity is still increasing nationally as consumers adjust to the new normal. What do you recommend?
Yeah, so there are still opportunities for buyers in the market, and even with the interest rate situation, we just talked about new construction builders that are willing to buy down rates. Buyers call us. We're happy to get you connected to the best builders and the best opportunities right now. But outside of that, sellers can still also buy down rates as well. So a traditional, just normal seller can buy down a rate for a buyer, and it's the typical one is called a 2-1 buy down, where a seller can actually pay to buy down the interest rate 2% in year one and goes down 1% in year two, and then it's the normal rate from there on after. But that's a typical strategy right now. Seller financing is a strategy right now where sellers can seller finance their property to buyers and really just come up with whatever terms that are agreeable to both parties. We do a lot of seller finance transactions. Happy to help people with that. And then another category is house hacking. So homes that have accessory dwelling units, aka mother-in-law apartments, where buyers can purchase that and offset the mortgage payment with income from the rental portion of the property.
Craig, is renting becoming more expensive than owning in many cases?
Well, when you pay rent, you're essentially paying 100% interest in that all of your rent payment goes to somebody else, not you. And so even though renting makes sense for some people in some situations, if you buy, when you're making your mortgage payments, you are paying down your principal balance each and every month and developing equity for yourself, in addition to tax advantages that you may have as a property owner, and in addition to potential price appreciation. So I still highly recommend buying instead of renting, and there's a huge difference in net worth between renters and buyers. It's not even close.
What would you tell someone who's thinking, I'm going to wait until rates hit 5%?
Yeah, well, you can get those rates now. Like, why wait? You can get those now through buy downs from sellers.
Does it matter that during this past week, the Fed decided they're not touching interest rates, but they're hinting about a possible rate increase in the future?
Yeah, they are. And I honestly wouldn't wait to buy, waiting on whether the Fed rates are going to go up or they're going to go down. The strategies that we use in our brokerage will work regardless of what the rates are. Seller financing works regardless what the rates are. Buying a home that you can quote unquote house hack, have like income coming from another portion of the home, offsets costs as well, and rate buy downs. Those are all strategies you can use today that doesn't really matter what's happening with the rates. You might as well get in, become an owner, not be a renter, build your wealth. And like I said, there's a massive difference between the owner, like the net worth of an owner versus a renter.
So 28 years ago, let's talk about house hacks right now. I don't think anything has changed. 28 years ago, that's what my husband and I did. We purchased a home. We lived in the basement. We rented the entire upstairs for our full mortgage payment. And we had friends that were living in high-rise condos with swimming pools and new cars. And we were living in a basement apartment with very low ceilings, with used cabinets and used tile and used carpet. And we loved it. And we were able to purchase our next home and our next home and our next home. And we ended up purchasing 33 homes. So it really hasn't changed that much. I'm a mom of 4 kids. My oldest daughter owns a home. My other 3 children do not own homes. And I oftentimes think, how am I going to help my other 3 kids get in the market? It's very, very difficult. What advice would you give to one of your children that would like to buy a home today?
Okay, I'll give a quick shout out to Rocky Mountain Homes Fund. This is a great, great program for buyers that are really, really green on getting into the market. People should check out rmhf.net. So that's Rocky Mountain Homes Fund, rmhf.net. It's basically a rent-to-own program, but it's an affordable housing subsidized program, privately funded, not through the government. And it's a fabulous opportunity for buyers to get in right now. Especially like if you're considering renting versus buying and you're hesitant, don't rent. You should at least go to the Rocky Mountain Homes Fund, because you can get rent that's below market and have it qualify toward equity toward a future purchase of that property. But that is an option. Or you can encourage your kids to purchase homes that have ADUs or house hacking ability to earn income from them, or come talk to us and we can get people connected to builders who have subsidized rates right now that can really get buyers into brand new homes with low payments. So those are some of the options and the opportunities in the market right now.
Craig, how do people find you?
So you can find me at craigwhiting.com. That's my personal website. You can go to my real estate brokerage as well, primerealestateexperts.com. If you Google my name, Craig Whiting Real Estate, you're going to find me. And my cell phone is readily available. Just call me, text me. I'm happy to help all of you that are willing to reach out and get you connected with the absolute best deals right now that are in the market.
The best time to build wealth through real estate isn't when everyone else feels comfortable. It's when other people are sitting on the sidelines. When we return, we're going to talk about investors and how they're viewing today's market. More with Craig Whiting, Prime Real Estate Experts. I'm Heather Osmond, owner of Osmond Designs Furniture and Interior Design Stores, here with Jeff Caplan, KSL. We'll be right back.
Hey Utah, it's Nate Orchard with Advanced Window Products. Looking to protect your largest investment, your home? Advanced Windows offers energy-efficient windows that save you money and elevate your home's curb appeal. Custom windows with a lifetime warranty. Visit advancedwindows.com now to get our best offer, $2,500 off 10 or more windows, and schedule your free in-home consultation. Don't wait. Save $2,500 off your windows. That's advancedwindows.com. We build them, install them, and guarantee them for life. advancedwindows.com.
A family office is a team built to handle the three biggest financial responsibilities a family faces: wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning. Most firms only manage your investments and refer the rest out, hoping everyone stays aligned. At Trajan, we built something different. Your wealth, tax planning, and estate planning are handled together inside one firm under one roof. There's no guessing whether your CPA, advisor, and estate attorney are truly in sync, because our team works together every day on your behalf. When your financial life becomes more complex, your advice should become more coordinated, not more fragmented. One plan, one trusted team. Call Trajan today, 855-TRAJAN-1. That's 855-TRAJAN-1.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
Hi, my name is Lisa, and I'm a licensed psychotherapist, which means my work doesn't magically end when the session does. There are notes to write, appointments to manage, billing, insurance follow-ups, and somehow all that admin used to creep into my nights and weekends. That's why I switched to Simple Practice. Simple Practice is an all-in-one electronic health record built specifically for therapists with HIPAA-compliant tools and high-trust certification, so I don't have to worry about juggling systems or cutting corners just to keep things running. Scheduling, documentation, billing, insurance, client communications, even automated appointment reminders, it all lives in one place. And if you're starting or growing a practice, Simple Practice also offers a credentialing service that helps simplify insurance enrollment, which can be a huge lift when you're starting to scale.
Right now, Simple Practice is celebrating Mental Health Provider Day with an exclusive offer. Up to 70% off for 1 year. Yes, up to 70% off for 1 year. But hurry, offer ends May 15th at simplepractice.com. Simplepractice.com.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Nobody but nobody beats a Murdoch Ford deal. Shop with confidence at Murdoch Ford, a name Utah's trusted for over 100 years.
We have employee pricing this month. Get up to $86.27 off MSRP on a 2026 F-150 Lariat, or up to $84.58 off MSRP on a 2026 F-350 XLT.
You've got to come and see us at Murdoch Ford in Santaquin or online at murdochford.com.
Call 888-391-6083 or see dealer for complete details. Offer expires 6/30/26.
Welcome to the KSL Real Estate Show. Hear updates on the national and local Utah real estate markets. We cover residential and commercial properties. Plus, get inspiring ideas to make your house a home from our sponsor, Osmond Designs. Here's Heather Osmond and Jeff Caplan on KSL News Radio.
Welcome back to the KSL Real Estate Show. Thanks so much for listening. I'm Jeff Caplan. Heather Osmond is here from Osmond Designs. Her stores are in Lehigh and Orem.
Yes, they are. And today is the final day of one of Utah's most anticipated events, the Utah Valley Parade of Homes. And as an interior designer, I love seeing builders continue to raise the bar. Every year, the parade showcases incredible innovation, craftsmanship, and design inspiration. If you are considering buying or selling a home, you will not want to miss the parade this year. Currently, we have discount tickets. You just have a few hours left. It truly closes tonight, 9 p.m. These builders are ready to be done, and these new buyers are ready to move in.
So, Heather, what happens after the parade closes?
So people move in, and they've been waiting on the sidelines.
Oh, they've been waiting. They have moving vans ready. Like Monday morning, they're rolling up.
They'll probably have carpet cleaners first. So I'm guessing, Sunday, Monday, they'll get a lot of that done. And then, these new buyers are so excited about their homes. The builders are ready to go home. They've been at these homes 9, 10, 12-hour days for the last couple of weeks. So that's exciting. But most importantly, we're talking about real estate today, and specifically investors. How are they viewing today's market, Craig?
The savvy investors are getting in right now because they realize it's a buying opportunity. The ones that are saying, I don't want to buy because of interest rates, are missing out on huge opportunities right now. Sellers are willing to talk. Inventory's high. Buyers have choices. Investors have choices. Sellers are negotiating. Prices are coming down. They'll negotiate buy downs. They'll negotiate seller financing. A variety of opportunities right now for investors. And so we're helping a lot of investors right now. Right now, also, I've got some multi-unit properties that investors are going to want to know about. 2 sixplexes that we've got listed in our brokerage down in the BYU, Provo market, and they just had $50,000 price reductions. This would not normally happen. This is the kind of market an investor can get in and buy. So one of the sixplexes is listed at $850,000. That is a crazy low price for a sixplex in the BYU market. Yes. And then there's another one that's a larger sixplex listed at $950,000. But the thing that's interesting, if you look at what we call a cap rate, where if someone comes in and were to pay cash, what can they expect as a return on investment? And typically in the Provo market, in years gone by, I've sold multi-unit properties, including a sixplex, actually, in the 4% range. And so right now, investors are able to get these properties in the 6 and even 7% range, so the 6 or 7 cap for purchases in the BYU Provo market.
And that doesn't include appreciation.
No, potential appreciation over time for sure does not. And so when you can pick up something that is a 6 cap or 7 cap, depending on how you manage the property, that is a phenomenal opportunity for investors right now, where they're used to earning rates, earning returns closer to the 4% range, maybe 5% range. We're talking 6 and 7s. That's not normal. And so where there's a $50,000 price drop on each of these sixplexes so the price is now $850 and $950, phenomenal opportunities. I've got a duplex in downtown Salt Lake City as well, if you prefer that location. That is a large duplex. It has 10 bedrooms, basically 5 bedrooms per unit. And it's zoned with a mixed-use, flexible zoning where you can do nightly rentals or maybe do some kind of commercial, not just residential type of use out of it. And that is currently priced at $950,000 as well, which is also a screaming deal for how large that duplex is, how many bedrooms it has, and it's in a great location in downtown Salt Lake.
Amazing. Okay, so in my experience as an interior designer, I'm seeing that people really are investing in better designed homes instead of prioritizing larger homes. Are you seeing that with your buyers, your sellers, and your investors?
Yeah, I will say that a well-designed home that is upgraded well on the inside, decorated really well, those always sell above market value. They sell faster. They cut through the clutter. And so, staging it, preparing it really well is the best way to go. Often people will call and say, I just want to sell my home as is. And the carpet might need refreshing, or the paint, or other aspects inside the home. And because in their mind, they're thinking, well, if I spend $10,000 to upgrade this stuff, or you know what, it'll just be easier to do a $10,000 credit. They don't understand that's not how it works for buyers. Buyers come in, they have an emotional experience with this, and their emotional experience won't be good. And in their mind, the buyer's mind's not going to think, well, it needs $10,000. They're going to think it's going to need $20,000. And so you, as a seller, you really need to make sure all the cosmetics look exceptional. Otherwise, you're going to give a credit, but that credit's going to be way more than what it would have taken the seller to just do those fixes and repairs and updates on their own.
For sure. Okay, luxury features are becoming mainstream. A lot of these multi-million-dollar homes, people are incorporating some of those design features in even their starter homes. What features would you say are really great investments right now?
So I am telling my builders, because I have some builders that I represent, and they're building spec homes. And in fact, I bought some ground myself that I'm building some spec homes on. And I am actually getting rid of, I'm seeing two trends with the tubs. So I'm seeing freestanding tubs. If you're going to go with the tub, like a tub shower that's separated, go with a freestanding tub. That people are going with that trend right now. But I'm seeing buyers really like oversized showers with multiple shower heads. So that feature is becoming very, very, very popular in homes right now.
For sure. I think people are loving that spa experience in those master bedrooms. There's also the wellness centers. So people are doing saunas, they're doing the cold plunges.
Yeah,
I'm seeing that
popular.
in a lot less expensive homes, which is just amazing. Outdoor living spaces, so important.
Yeah, and a lot of people want an outdoor pizza oven, or they're spending more money on their furniture out there, the patio experience, the pergolas, the awnings, and different things like that. I totally agree.
What design features, from a real estate agent perspective, are helping homes sell faster?
Well, the answer might surprise you. There are certain things to help homes sell for above market value, and one of those is an RV pad that's really long. And you may think that's strange, but that's actually pretty critical feature for some buyers. Oversized garages. Those are two factors right now that are really helping overcome the other inventory that's in the market when you have two of those. So I recently sold a home in Harriman for above market value, and it had a three-car garage, had a really large RV pad. It had just a normal flat yard, but I told them, you've got the oversized garage, you've got a huge RV pad, and that's going to be a ticket to cut through the clutter. And it did. I know that's a random thing, but buyers are looking for that. It's hard to find that sometimes.
For sure. And oftentimes your home can be amazing, and if it doesn't have that, you're out.
Yeah,
There's nothing you can do.
And buyers have plenty of choices right now.
Yes, for sure. Okay, are smart homes changing buyer expectations, Craig?
I would say not as much as people think. I mean, it's cool having these technologies with thermostats.
It's something you could install, though.
Yeah, you can. Exactly. And maybe that's the reason why. Like, I haven't seen a quote-unquote smart home sell faster or better than others. And like you said, Jeff, probably because you can retrofit that pretty easily.
So dumb home, smart home, doesn't matter.
It doesn't. No, I haven't seen that move the needle. In fact, even like solar panels were a thing. They're not even much of a thing right now. Buyers don't really care as much if solar panels are on the home or not. It's not something they factor as much as location and price and a lot of other factors, the floor plan and lot size.
One secret of this market, and it amazes me, I'm here for 16 years. Electric prices, yes, they are rising, but they're dirt cheap compared to other states.
So true. Yeah, and that's been a benefit economically for Utah when it comes to data centers. And I know that might be a little bit of a buzzword for some people, but that's, I think, one reason data centers are attracted to Utah, because we do have low energy prices.
Well, wait a minute. You're in Eagle Mountain, right?
I am.
Yeah. Isn't that like the home of data?
We do have Meta, and we do have some other data centers that are already vested with their rights.
Well,
and are being
Meta
built right now.
is multiple buildings, right?
It is.
Because I have a relative who worked on the electric inside those buildings for years.
Yes.
And I know. So you have projects there. How's that working for the community?
So what people don't realize, and I understand there's some public sentiment against data centers, and for good reason. Like, these need to be vetted really well. But I will tell you some things about data centers. They bring a ton of jobs during the construction period. Not necessarily once after they're built, but during the construction period, these data centers are spending billions of dollars. And those billions of dollars are going to electricians and other tradesmen that are benefiting heavily from this. And so I've got a lot of friends personally that are benefiting from the construction of these data centers.
Once construction is complete, what does it do to home values? Oh, we have a data center in town, or 7 of them.
Here's if the data center's done right with a closed loop system, it's not going to consume much water. But here's where the data center helps big time. It provides a lot of money to the local municipality. So Eagle Mountain will benefit from these data centers economically, which enables us to keep taxes lower for our citizens, and that's a significant benefit.
Okay, I love all of that, and that's definitely hot in the news. But let's talk about home offices for a minute. Are people still wanting those?
They were really hot during COVID. I would say they're still desirable. They're not as hot now. It's not as critical as what was happening during the COVID era.
Are there people who say, "Oh, I don't need a home office"?
Well, it's more of a want than a need at this point, whereas it was more of a need during COVID than a
necessity.
Want. Yeah.
Right.
As a real estate agent, what trends still look good today, and are you expecting will look great 10 years from now?
We're going through a little bit of a change in that right now. We've been in the white cabinetry space for a very, very, very long time. It's still popular. I'm beginning to see more warm tones come in, and you'll know as an interior designer that the warm tones are coming in, and it's sort of refreshing to see a little bit of a color palette actually return to our home design, and with the type of woods that are being used, the color of the flooring, a sort of wall colors are still pretty white or off-white, something like that. But we're starting to see some warmer tones creep into the designs.
I love that so much, and that's definitely trending in the Utah Valley Parade of Homes right now. It's all about warmth and coziness and being comfortable. And I think a beautiful home isn't just about where you live. It's where your family story unfolds. And we just want to love our home more than ever. We're spending more time probably than ever in our homes. We have large families in Utah. It's the Utah way, and I just am born and raised here and just absolutely love that. When we come back, we'll look ahead and see where Craig thinks we're going to be in the next 5 years of real estate. Craig, but before we do that, how do people find you?
CraigWhiting.com or PrimeRealEstateExperts.com.
Excellent. You're listening to the KSL Real Estate Show. I'm Heather Osmond, owner of Osmond Designs Furniture and Interior Design Stores, here with Jeff Caplan, KSL. We'll be right back.
New windows aren't just a home upgrade, they're an investment. At Advanced Window Products, we offer the best replacement windows that add value to your home while improving energy efficiency, comfort, and curb appeal. Whether you're planning to stay for years or sell soon, new windows can make a huge difference. Visit advancedwindows.com today and get $2,500 off 10 or more windows. Increase your home's value and performance. Visit advancedwindows.com. Hey Utah, it's Nate Orchard with Advanced Window Products. Looking to protect your largest investment, your home? Advanced Windows offers energy-efficient windows that save you money and elevate your home's curb appeal. Custom windows with a lifetime warranty. Visit advancedwindows.com now to get our best offer, $2,500 off 10 or more windows, and schedule your free in-home consultation. Don't wait. Save $2,500 off your windows. That's advancedwindows.com. We build them, install them, and guarantee them for life. AdvancedWindows.com.
A family office is a team built to handle the three biggest financial responsibilities a family faces: wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning. Most firms only manage your investments and refer the rest out, hoping everyone stays aligned. At Trajan, we built something different. Your wealth, tax planning, and estate planning are handled together inside one firm under one roof. There's no guessing whether your CPA, advisor, and estate attorney are truly in sync, because our team works together every day on your behalf. When your financial life becomes more complex, your advice should become more coordinated, not more fragmented. One plan, one trusted team. Call Trajan today, 855-TRAJAN-1. That's 855-TRAJAN-1.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Hey parents, summer adventures await. With UTA's rider's license, your kids ages 6 to 18 get unlimited rides all summer long. Yup, including tracks, front runner buses, even UTA On Demand. It's the freedom to explore parks, libraries, lagoons, summer jobs, and more. Rider's license is valid June through August, and still just $49. And it's available right now. Get yours today on the Transit app or at rideuta.com.
We're back with the KSL Real Estate Show, sponsored by Osmond Designs on KSL News Radio.
Welcome back to the KSL Real Estate Show. We're glad you're listening. I'm Jeff Caplan. Heather Osmond is here from Osmond Designs. Her stores are in Lehigh and Orem.
Yes, they are. And we would love to have you. If you're out and about today, please stop by either one of our stores. We are super excited. We have over 20,000 square feet in each of these stores, plus a 10,000 square foot warehouse. And it's all in-stock merchandise. So you can bring your truck and trailer, take it home today, and get unique things that, all of your neighbors don't have, which is always very, very exciting. Today we have Craig Whiting. He is with Prime Real Estate Experts on the show with us today. Such great content. You are such an expert in the industry, and we love having you. Before we lead on and ask you a few more questions to wrap things up, I do need to give a shout out to Central Bank, who is the sponsor of the KSL Real Estate Show. They have been in business for over 130 years. I cannot say enough good things about Central Bank. They have locations all across the Wasatch Front. They are locally owned and operated and just have such a history, and they're very generous in giving back to our community. So please check them out if you need to buy a home, sell a home, you need a HELOC, you need a car loan, you need a kid's savings plan. Please check them out. Okay, Craig, I'm really excited to ask you some rapid fire questions.
Okay, shoot.
What is the best city to watch?
Oh, best city to watch. Man, Utah is so good. I'll tell you, Utah is so good. It's an anomaly. You could throw a dart at a map practically in Utah and be in good shape. I'm biased. I'm going to say watch Eagle Mountain because it is the 9th fastest growing city in the nation. We've got a lot of fun things happening there.
If you're an investor, what's the biggest opportunity today? What sector should they be investing in?
I would be buying multi-unit properties and picking up as many as you can right away.
What's the biggest mistake that buyers make?
The inspection process. They don't evaluate the home. Like I'll just say like sewer lines, for instance. Lots of properties that have issues with sewer lines that buyers don't realize till after the fact.
Very, very expensive mistake. I have a home that had that problem, and at the time we didn't have a lot of money, and so that was a huge problem to have tree trunks and branches that were growing, and the roots were growing into our sewer line.
That's wise advice.
Ouch.
Can I ask you a question about multifamily homes? If you invest in them, because you're saying that's one of the hottest opportunities, how long do you have to sit and or manage a property before before profitability arrives?
Well, here's the beautiful thing about once you're into the real estate market, if you don't like that asset and you want to switch it to another asset, you can do something called a 1031 exchange, where you can just take the equity from that and place it in another real estate asset and hide the gains that you've experienced on that. And I'm not a tax guy, so I can't give you tax advice, but 1031 exchanges are a really great way to just transfer. So you can be in it, and if you don't prefer it, you can get it to, switch over to a different asset as well. But generally speaking, with any real estate purchase, you've got to be in it for the long haul. You can't just buy it and decide a year later you're going to want to sell. Generally speaking, I would say just general rule of thumb, you're going to want to be there 5 years or more to really experience the benefits of it.
Flipping is risky business.
Flipping only if you buy something that is severely undervalued, that you put a lot of value into and create value.
Same with stocks, right? Or bonds. You just buy and hold for a minute. You're
Short term, you're in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Best home improvement investment. What's your advice?
The kitchen's always going to be the most well-liked item.
What's your most overrated trend, would you say?
I'm going to go back to the white cabinetry because I do believe that we're going to see it going out like less. I'll just say less in style as time goes on.
For sure. What's your most underrated trend?
It goes back to a bigger shower. We need bigger showers with multiple shower heads. The oversized shower, I think, is a hot ticket item.
And garages.
Garages you always need oversized garages.
Just build it bigger. Yeah. Build it wider. Build it deeper, build multiples, all the things. Yeah. Craig Whiting has been our guest. He is one of the regulars on our KSL Real Estate Show. Craig, how do people find you?
Yeah, go to craigwhiting.com. I'm totally happy to help you. Just Google my name. My cell phone comes up really fast. Text me, call me, happy to help.
You are incredible. Real estate is about more than homes. It's about families, dreams, security, and building a future. And we are all talking about investments and all the good things, buyers, sellers. If you're remodeling your home, please get an expert, including Craig Whiting, prime real estate experts, Heather Osmond. Osmond designs furniture and interior design stores. Creating a team doesn't cost you money, it saves you money. And today's conversation reminds us that opportunities still exist for those who stay informed and take action. Thank you for joining us today. KSL Real Estate Show will be back next week.
Hey Utah, it's Nate Orchard with Advanced Window Products. Looking to protect your largest investment, your home? Advanced Windows offers energy-efficient windows that save you money and elevate your home's curb appeal. Custom windows with a lifetime warranty. Visit advancedwindows.com now to get our best offer, $2,500 off 10 or more windows, and schedule your free in-home consultation. Don't wait. Save $2,500 off your windows. That's advancedwindows.com. We build them, install them, and guarantee them for life. advancedwindows.com. New windows aren't just a home upgrade, they're an investment. At Advanced Window Products, we offer the best replacement windows that add value to your home while improving energy efficiency, comfort, and curb appeal. Whether you're planning to stay for years or sell soon, new windows can make a huge difference. Visit advancedwindows.com today and get $2,500 off 10 or more windows. Increase your home's value and performance. Visit advancedwindows.com.
Nobody but nobody beats a Murdoch Ford deal. Shop with confidence at Murdoch Ford, a name Utah's trusted for over 100 years.
We have employee pricing this month. Get up to $86.27 off MSRP on a 2026 F-150 Lariat, or up to $84.58 off MSRP on a 2026 F-350 XLT.
You've got to come and see us at Murdoch Ford in Santaquin or online at murdochford.com.
Call 888-391-6083 or see dealer for complete details. Offer expires 6/30/26.
Hey parents, summer adventures await. With UTA's rider's license, your kids ages 6 to 18 get unlimited rides all summer long. Yup, including tracks, front-runner buses, even UTA On Demand. It's the freedom to explore parks, libraries, lagoons, summer jobs, and more. Rider's license is valid June through August, and still just $49. And it's available right now. Get yours today on the Transit app or at rideuta.com.
I sold my car in Carvana last night.
Well, that's cool.
No, you don't understand. It went perfectly. Real offer, down to the penny. They're picking it up tomorrow. Nothing went wrong.
So, what's the problem?
That is the problem. Nothing in my life goes as smoothly. I'm waiting for the catch.
Maybe there's no catch.
That's exactly what a catch would want me to think.
Wow, you need to relax.
I need to knock on wood. Do we have wood? Is this table wood?
I think it's laminate.
Okay, yeah, that's good. That's close enough.
Car selling without a catch. Sell your car today on Carvana. Pickup fees may apply.